If you've been trying to build an online business over the last year or maybe even the last few years and nothing seems to be sticking, there is probably a reason for that. Now, after being in business for almost 10 years and coaching hundreds of students and one-on-one clients, I have noticed the same 5 things that almost always show up in people who want to make money online but never actually get there. And the truth is, even if you see yourself in just 1 or 2 of these signs, it's very likely that you are not yet cut out for online business. But the good news is that you can fix every single one of these. I have had to fix several of these in myself as well. I am certainly not immune to any of these things. I think these are just common to most of us. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the 5 signs that quietly derail most new online entrepreneurs and exactly what to do instead so you can go from wanting to make money online this year to actually making it. So the first sign is that you don't fully believe it's actually possible for you. Now, here's how to know if this sign applies to you. You are convinced you are too old, too late, too behind, or that you don't have the time or the resources, even though you've seen other people do it. You might struggle to put in effort because you assume it's probably going to fail, which makes sense, right? Are you going to put in like 100 hours of work towards something that you thought was guaranteed to fail? Probably not. So what does that mean? It means you don't even start. Maybe there's a delay between when you put in the work and when you get rewarded for it. So you're taking that uncertainty as proof that it's not working for you. Now, if this sounds like you, this does not mean that you're lazy or unmotivated. It just means that you're a human being. All of us want instant results. I am just as impatient as the next person, but we still need to shift this mindset. So to do that, we really do have to believe first. I know that sounds kind of cheesy, but belief is a prerequisite for effort. You absolutely have to have belief in yourself and your ability to reach your goals, despite whatever hand that you've been dealt. Personally, over the years, I've truly come to believe that if someone else has successfully accomplished whatever the thing is that I want to do, that with enough time and enough effort and my at least average level of intelligence, I can do it too. And you really do have to remember, there's always going to be a lag between effort and result. It's just like going to the gym, right? In order to get results, you got to keep putting in the reps. And this is where a lot of people quit. There are no instantly visible results, and so people end up thinking it's not working. But if you give up during that lag, you're never going to get to that payoff at the end. Now, even if you do believe it's possible, you still might be waiting for that elusive someday. And that brings me to sign number 2, which is you keep waiting for the right time, right? So you tell yourself you can't start because of your job or your kids, or you don't have enough energy, or maybe it's something to do with your spouse, whatever. You keep telling yourself that you're going to start when life settles down a little bit. So you're waiting for these perfect conditions instead of starting now. Another way this manifests is you just get stuck prepping, right? There's like endless research, buying courses, tweaking your website, right? You're trying to wait until your perfect plan is there before you start working. You keep yourself stuck in that preparation phase instead of taking action on real needle-moving things. This is how this often used to show up for me. I am a researcher. I actually really love research. So I would get stuck in research phases for like weeks at a time, but I'm not actually doing anything that's going to actually get me closer to the goal that I said was important to me in the beginning. Now, life is busy, it's unpredictable, it can be heavy at times. So, we all want to wait for better timing. But waiting for the perfect season usually means that we're waiting forever. So we have to have this mindset shift and realize that the timing is never going to be right. There's always going to be something in the way. There's going to be a job, there's going to be kids, aging parents, whatever. But entire lifetimes can elapse waiting for the right time to make a move on something that you say you want to do. So instead of waiting for that perfect time, just start now, even if the action steps you're taking are really small and imperfect, like they're bound to be, right? You don't need a perfect plan. You just need to start somewhere. Now, if you start taking action, that is great, but you might get hung up on this next sign. Sign number 3, you can't tolerate discomfort. So you hit a roadblock and you immediately assume that it means you should quit. Or, something feels really hard and so you think there's just something wrong with you and you can't do it. Or you get anxious when you don't know how to do something, so it makes you want to stop. Now, I really think everyone underestimates just how uncomfortable entrepreneurship is even people who seem totally confident and like they've got it all together. Me, I have cried. I have had panic attacks. I have felt like quitting. But feeling discomfort, it doesn't mean that you're failing. It actually means that you're growing. So one of my mentors always tells me that the times when you feel the most uncomfortable, this is right before you are about to up-level into the next version of yourself. It's because you are literally outgrowing who you are now, and that can be painful. It's a growing pain. So the easiest way to shift this mindset is to just expect discomfort and friction and failure. And you can expect it at like pretty much every step of the process. And unless you have a business degree, you're going to be learning everything while you're trying to run the business. You're literally like building the plane as you're going here. And you have to remember that failure is a part of the process. It is not proof that you shouldn't continue. And if you expect difficulty, friction, failure, discomfort, it's not going to hurt so much when it happens because you've been expecting it. The reality is that you're going to have to live pretty far outside of your comfort zone for most of this journey. You know, you're going to have to market yourself, sell your offers, be visible. This was something I really had to learn the hard way. I mean, when I left my advertising job, I thought, oh great, I'm going to work online. I can just lock myself in my office, put my headphones on. I don't have to talk to any human beings. Totally wrong. I have had to get visible in order to sell my offers. I had to learn how to get comfortable on camera, speak at summits, give presentations to hundreds of people on a webinar. Now that doesn't mean I had to do all those things right at the beginning all at once. These have happened over the course of, almost 10 years now. But these are all things I never imagined myself having to do right at the beginning. And a lot of it has been very uncomfortable as I've worked my way through these things and learned how to do these things. But I couldn't have gotten where I am now without doing those things. Now, because there does tend to be quite a bit of discomfort that you have to face as a business owner, this makes the next sign especially important. So sign number 4 is that you are building a business you don't actually enjoy. So maybe you picked a business model only to make a buck, not because you actually enjoy the work. So you're dreading the daily tasks. You don't feel naturally aligned with the work. Now, I made this exact same mistake with my very first attempt at business. When the gluten-free craze was just kicking off, I decided I was going to create this gluten-free meal planning service. Now, I had absolutely zero interest in gluten-free meal planning. I just wanted to hop on this trend that I thought I was going to be able to monetize. Now, no surprise that I ended up giving up on this project before it even left the ground, but that wasn't before I'd already spent hundreds of dollars on, registering a legal entity and weeks of work creating a website and blog posts and meal plans and all of this other stuff. Now, business is already hard enough. Doing something that you don't enjoy makes it 10 times harder, and you're never going to end up sticking with something for the long haul if you really don't enjoy it. So to shift this, you really do need to pursue something that you are genuinely interested in and have some sort of skills around. For me, I love books. I love design and ideas, and I really enjoy running my business. So this means no matter how hard things get, and despite the fact that there are some things that I don't enjoy doing in my business, generally speaking, I'm really excited about where I'm going with it on a day-to-day basis. When your business aligns with your natural interests, you stay consistent longer, and consistency is always going to win. Finally, even if you love what you're building, there is one last mindset that is going to hold you back if you don't address it. So this is sign number 5. And this is you are not willing to invest in yourself. So this means you try to figure everything out on your own because you want to save money now. You hesitate when it comes time to invest in skills, tools, support, even though you want better results. You look at every investment as a cost instead of leverage. Now, it is normal, and I think it's actually necessary to be really cautious when you are investing large amounts of time and money into anything, especially if you've made a bad investment before that didn't pay off. But if you're avoiding investment in yourself or your business altogether, this is going to elongate your timeline so much and just slow you down so much. Instead, you want to invest in yourself discerningly. It really will pay off. Skills really are profitable forever. So the best investments that you can make in yourself and in your business are in acquiring new skills. So writing, marketing, content creation, whatever skills you think are going to be necessary for you to succeed at your business. And if you can't invest money right now, invest time. But either way, you're going to have to invest something. Now, I would love to know in the comments which of these 5 signs you struggle with the most. And if you want to start a business that doesn't require money up front, just your time, self-publishing is perfect for that. So you can check out this video next. I'm going to give you great ideas for the types of books you can get started with. Thank you for watching. See you next time.